Roderick der Orc Mortar wiped sweat and blood off of his forehead. "These bunch of cheats! I thought only I knew that trick!" Mercenaries are a motley bunch and inherently unpredictable, with a bizarre array of equipment, wildly varying skills and experience, and cunning tactics. With no standards for members, they may be nothing more than a bunch of elderly tradesmen looking for adventure. But then again, you could be surprised by a group of veteran campaigners. Worse, they follow no rules of engagement. The Azure Boars did their best, but though they knew many of the same clever stratagems as the brothers, they were no match for the RetconRaiders. Your victory will surely show employers far and wide whose blades are the sharpest. Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 68. Today we're starting off by celebrating our recently accomplished ambition, which nets us the usual boost to morale and renown. More importantly, it clears the way for the Noble Crisis ambition, which will get us some extra renown once the Noble War has ended. At the moment, we're still out near Sea Camp, and we've spotted a few more potential targets of opportunity, but since our inventory is already packed full of loot, we'll just head back towards Firthwacht for now. I'm sure that once we're there, we'll find an excuse to head back into enemy territory anyway. And we're back. We're still headed towards Firthwacht, but on the way there we spotted this small army of bandits. We could certainly use some more easy XP and, oh, well, there's a stronghold as well. Anyway, we'll wipe out these bandits, head back to Firthwacht, and then maybe we'll visit these various strongholds. Well, we've got an immediate height advantage already. We can also see the bandit leader, the dreaded Caspar, and it doesn't look like he spawned with any particularly notable equipment. Honestly, we should be able to make pretty short work of these guys, but I guess I shouldn't get overconfident. We've seen where that leads in the past. The bandit crossbowmen have conveniently moved into kill range. Let's take them out. Fox puts an arrow through a crossbowman's chest. Wojtek finishes off the wounded crossbowman, kills a bowman, then puts a third arrow through another crossbowman's shoulder. Not bad. The rest of the bandits continue their foolhardy advance. Rowan shoots a bandit through the arm. Woe moves up, gutting a bandit swordsman. Eraton slices open a bandit's arm with a throwing axe. Kazarin engages the bandits on the south. Reinhardt engages the bandits on the north, cutting one of them down with a flurry of dagger strikes. Rondus moves up, readying his greatsword. Janos moves up, great hammer at the ready. Belfontaine lands a glancing hit with a throwing axe, then promptly takes a light hit from an enemy crossbow bolt. Round 2. The dreaded Caspar begins circling wide. Rondus takes a very light armor hit. The bandits on the north are all readying their shields, clearly intent on tanking damage. Fox puts an arrow through a crossbowman's shoulder. Alessandro takes off a bandit's ear. Bunny cuts down another wounded crossbowman, then puts an arrow through the last crossbowman's chest. Wojtek cuts down the last of the crossbowmen, then puts 2 more arrows into another bandit. Rowan shoots the dreaded Caspar right in the face. Woe cuts down a bandit on the southern flank, then hacks another bandit's arm apart. Eraton quickly switches off to his dagger, using it to kill the bandit in front of him. Rondus swings his greatsword wide, killing a bandit, then fells another bandit with his follow-up strike. Kazarin impales a bandit through the shoulder. Janos crushes one of the bandits on the north, then takes a light counterattack from another bandit. Reinhardt takes a light counterattack as well, then stabs the defiant bandit through the kidney. And the dreaded Caspar books it, fleeing from the field of battle. Our archers start moving up, firing through the ranks. The rest of the bandits are focused entirely on defense at this point. They're just delaying the inevitable. Rowan puts a crossbow bolt through a bandit's shoulder. Wojtek lands a glancing hit on another bandit, breaking his morale, and Woe promptly decapitates the poor guy. Belfontaine readies his dagger, moving to the north, shattering a bandit's morale and stabbing him through the shoulder once his guard is dropped. The rest of the raiders start moving to clear out the last of the bandits. Janos crushes one of the bandits' skulls, then moves up and stabs another bandit in the gut. Reinhardt stabs another bandit through the chest, and we've basically won the battle. It's all just cleanup from here. Round 4. Let's finish this. Fox cuts down both of the bandits left on our line. That just leaves the dreaded Caspar, and he's so far away that we'll probably just let him go. It's not like he had any equipment worth keeping anyway. There we go. It's over. Looks like Kazarin just hit level 15. And MVP goes to Wojtek with 3 bandit kills. The loot is mostly just trash compared to what we're already carrying, but I'll take a moment to poke through it just in case. Afterwards, we'll continue on to Furthwacht. Count Halston von Rabenhold carries a candle close to one of his books, his eyes dimming to the light and focusing in on some script you can't read. They say the Greenskins have a long history in this land. Do you believe that? You shrug and answer to the best of your knowledge. If you want to stay a while in this world, you gotta fight, and the Greenskins do seem to have been around a long while. The man nods, seemingly appreciative of your observation. We have a number of them marauding around Dornan. They're burning everything they come across, killing everyone. That's all quite obvious, I'm sure. What's also obvious is that I need you, Sellsword, to find and destroy them. Are you interested? I was hoping to find more military contracts, but much like last time, the nobles only seem interested in wiping out Greenskins. I guess that's not terribly surprising, considering that our current ambition tells us the war is almost over. So for now, we'll take the jobs we can get, we'll head up towards Dornan and take care of their orc problem. And since this is a 3-skull contract, we might actually be in for a pretty challenging fight. And welcome back. We're right on the outskirts of Dornan, where we were pretty much immediately jumped by an orc war party, which includes our first orc warlord. This is actually a nightmare scenario. I'm counting at least 8 orc warriors, and we haven't even seen the orc warlord yet. I'm severely tempted to just have the raiders cut and run, but we do need to take on some more challenging fights, so let's give it a shot. Besides, if things go too badly, we do still have the nuclear retreat option. Man, watching all these orc warriors bearing down on us is mildly terrifying. And there he is, Thraktar, the orc warlord. Fox shoots an orc berserker through the chest and arm. Wojtek shoots another berserker through the leg and shoulder. Alessandro finishes off one of the berserkers, then puts the other one on death's door. Now we'll aggressively advance into them, rather than giving them a chance to stun us. Oswald charges into the fray, killing another orc berserker, then tearing through 2 orc warriors with his greatsword. I got lightly flesh wounds another warrior. Dominic lands another light hit as well, badly damaging a warrior's morale. And Kazarin's advance shatters the orc's morale entirely. Round 2. The last orc berserker begins circling on the south. Fox shoots him through the face and leg, and Bunny finishes him off. With the berserkers out of the way, now the archers will just focus on laying down suppressive fire. They can't do a lot of armor damage with their arrows, but thanks to the Overwhelm perk, every shot will still debuff its target. Woe takes a chunk out of an orc warrior's armor. Then Vlad takes a chunk out of his helmet as well. Roderick tears through the orcs with his greatsword. Igot lands another quick flesh wound, then switches off to his great axe and lops off a huge chunk of a warrior's armor. Roderick takes a heavy hit in return, losing half his armor. Kazarin tears into another warrior, landing 3 more flesh wounds. Dominic lands 2 hits as well, breaking another warrior's morale. Reinhard lands 2 quick flesh wounds. Igot gets smashed out of position by a charging orc warrior. Oswald continues tearing through the orc ranks. We actually managed to trim off most of Thraktar's armor at this point. Reinhard takes a light hit on the north, and his shield is almost destroyed. Kazarin is forced back, and Thraktar lets out a mighty roar, bolstering the morale of his warriors. Dominic gets forced back. Vlad switches off to his dagger, landing a quick strike on a warrior. Our archers all focus fire on Thraktar. Woe carefully considers his options. He takes a quick shot at a warrior, then switches off to his shield. Oof, Roderick takes another nasty hit. Not only is his armor gone, but so is a third of his health. Vlad lands 2 quick hits. Reinhard's shield is destroyed. And Roderick takes another hit. He's down to 1/3 health and he's suffering from arterial bleeding. With enemies on 3 sides, I don't think I can get him out of this alive. We'll put him on defense for now and hope for the best. I got lands a solid hit. And he follows up with another solid hit, breaking a warrior's morale. Actually, 3 of the 4 warriors surrounding Roderick are already broken. If we can just break this last one, then he can safely fall back. And Kazarin just lost his shield. That was an irreplaceable unique item, but at least it saved him from Thraktar's axe. Kazarin holds his ground, landing 3 more hits on Thraktar before giving in to exhaustion. Dominic focuses on the last warrior pinning Roderick in place, and he lands the hit. Very nice. Ha! And Roderick defiantly punches a fleeing orc. He refuses to go down without a fight. Unfortunately, Roderick doesn't have enough action points to pull back just yet. He'll have to hold out just a little longer. And Roderick pummels another fleeing orc with his fists, preventing it from escaping. I think he might be getting a bit carried away here. Our archers are up. They immediately start laying down some more suppressing fire. Woe hits an orc warrior, knocking it to the brink of death. Alessandro considers his options, then moves up to fire through the ranks. Unfortunately his shot bounces off the orc's helmet. Vlad cuts down the wounded orc, then tears into another warrior as well. Igot slips in another quick dagger strike, then tears into an orc warrior with his axe, breaking its morale. Roderick, a fighter to the end, draws his dagger and doles out a quick flesh wound before falling back to the archer line. He's still bleeding out from that cut artery, but we'll get him bandaged up next round. Kazarin gets smashed out of position, and Bunny's ear gets torn by an orc war axe. We need to get her out of there as quickly as possible. Dominic quickly moves up to support the south flank, engaging with Thraktar and breaking the other orc warrior's morale. Reinhardt is still facing off against 2 orc warriors, but he's avoided their attack so far. He takes a moment to recover his breath. Vlad kills one of the orcs as it tries to flee. Igot and Reinhardt land several hits on another fleeing orc. And moving into round 5. We've got the advantage at the moment, but it's not over yet. Wojtek carefully considers his options. We don't want to risk getting him too close, or he might end up getting hit like Bunny did. He sinks an arrow into an orc warrior that's returning to battle, breaking its morale all over again. Fox puts 2 arrows into the orc warrior that hurt Bunny, then Woe puts it on death's doorstep. Alessandro breaks from the fight, taking a moment to bandage Roderick before he can bleed out. Bunny quickly falls back as well. Reinhard takes a moderate armor hit on the north. Roderick, though tempted to wade back into battle, holds his ground for the moment. Vlad carefully advances, then cuts down one of the broken orc warriors, before continuing to move towards the south. Oswald hops Dominic, joining the fight against Thraktar. Kazarin moves up as well, landing another light hit on the orc warlord. Oh, and Kazarin takes a hit as Thraktar practically disembowels him. And Dominic lands a hit, breaking Thraktar's morale. We've still got some fighting ahead of us, but that puts us a lot closer to victory. Woe moves up, eager to finish off Thraktar. Vlad switches off to his dagger, but he's too exhausted to make a proper attack. Round 6. Our archers continue their suppressing fire. Wojtek shoots a warrior through the leg, then kills it with his second shot. Alessandro lands a glancing hit. Fox puts 2 arrows into Thraktar. Roderick, throwing caution to the wind, moves back up, engaging one of the broken orcs. Woe shreds the last of Thraktar's armor, then switches off to his dagger, killing the warrior standing next to him. Bunny hops forward, fatally wounding the mighty orc warlord. That still leaves us with 3 more orc warriors, but with Thraktar off the field, we should be able to chase them off relatively quickly. Kazarin is terribly wounded. He quickly falls back. Vlad is too exhausted to fight. Oswald stabs one of the orc warriors in the back. Reinhard lands 2 quick hits, then takes a moderate armor hit in return. Igot lands another hit with his axe, breaking one of the last warriors. Our brothers on the south, despite exhaustion, continue trying to nickel and dime a warrior to death. Alessandro finishes off the badly wounded warrior on the south. Wojtek lands a glancing hit on one of the warriors on the north. Our wounded brothers pull back to a safe distance, letting the rest of the raiders finish the fight. And the rest of the company converges on the final 2 orc warriors. Moving into round 8. It should hopefully be over soon. Washtek lands 2 more glancing hits. Fox lands 2 glancing hits as well. Woe destroys an Orc Warrior's helmet with his billhook. Vlad tears into the other Orc Warrior as well. Oswald decapitates the second to last warrior, then moves up to engage the final one. And the warrior, in his haste to get away from Oswald, sends Igot reeling backwards. Igot is exhausted. Dominic lands a light hit. Reinhard doles out a light flesh wound. Moving into round 9. Just one more hit and we should be able to break this warrior's morale. Washtek falls back with fancy footwork, then lands another glancing hit. Alessandro lands 2 more glancing hits, and the Orc Warrior is broken. The fight's basically over now. All we have to do is beat the last Orc to death before he can flee. And Vlad strikes the final blow. Looks like Fox hits level 14, but Kazarin is suffering a deep abdominal cut. Bunny is suffering a ripped ear, and both Roderick and Reinhard are going to need a few days to recover their health. Looks like MVP goes to Vlad Kapesh, who really saved the day with 4 Orc kills. And the loot is relatively mediocre, but we should get a decent amount of coin for all these Orc weapons. Let's just grab everything, and then I think we need to fall back to friendly territory. Your employer, Count Halston von Rabenholt, wanted you to slay the Greenskins, and you've done exactly that. Now it's time to check on the men and prepare a return to get your hard-earned pay. I certainly can't argue with that. We'll pick up here next time. Hey, RetconRaider here. Wow, I think this is one of those rare occasions where a turn-based battle has actually left me feeling thoroughly exhausted. Things really came down to the wire there, and there were several points where a single bad turn could have resulted in one of the raiders meeting a gruesome and bloody death. In the end, we did manage to prevail, but we took such a beating that I'm not sure we'll actually turn any profit on this contract. Still, I'm glad that we toughed out the fight, because now we can say that we faced off against an Orc Warlord and lived to tell the tale. Maybe that will finally give us a little closure after the rather anticlimactic end to the Orc invasion. At any rate, I don't think the Raiders are in any shape to go picking fights with House Rosenving. Next time, we'll be returning to House Rabenholt's territory, so we can collect our pay and spend a bit of time recovering. Not too much time, though. After all, we still have a war to win. But for now, this is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website or the fan-run wiki. Links are in the description.